If you're on the lookout for a premium graphics card that handles both gaming and productivity tasks really well, then one of the best choices is the MSI RTX 4070 Ti Super Gaming X Slim. As the name suggests, the card is much thinner than other RTX 40 series GPUs and should easily fit inside any case. The Gaming X Slim's cooler has 3 fans and is an excellent choice as an ITX card, where space is very limited. The PCB is also very small, covering only half the length of the cooler. The metal backplate has no special design and just does its job very well. It covers the PCB completely and has a large cutout to let hot air pass through it. Overall, the cooler is excellent and keeps the temperatures low at around 65 degrees Celsius without struggle. The fan shroud does, however, slightly stick out and creep into the third slot. You may struggle to fit another PCIe device right next to the GPU if it's in the very next slot. Apart from having the longest name for a graphics card in history, the 4070 Ti Super is no slouch. I have no complaints regarding its performance, which is top-notch in 1440p, with room for some 4K as well. It's a jack-of-all-trades type of a GPU that's well-rounded for every type of workload, whether it's 1440p gaming at maximum settings, or heavy 3D modeling and 4K video editing. In games like Cyberpunk 2077, the RTX 4070 Ti Super manages to deliver 80 FPS on average at 1440p with the maximum graphics settings with ray tracing turned on with DLSS quality mode. This alone is enough to show its performance. The card is in a very unique spot. It replaces the awfully overpriced RTX 4070 Ti and is in direct competition with the RX 7900 XT, and both of these GPUs trade blows. At the end of the day, the RX 7900 XT is slightly faster in rasterization, costs slightly less, and has 20 GB of VRAM instead of 16. But this is where the advantages end. The RTX 4070 Ti Super demolishes the RX 7900 XT in ray tracing, and since it's a cut-down RTX 4080, it can even play games with path tracing for more realism. NVIDIA also has much better features like DLSS upscaling, which is undoubtedly better than AMD FSR and Intel XeSS in terms of balancing quality and frame rate. And by far, NVIDIA's biggest advantage is in productivity apps, because of native CUDA support. Blender, V-Ray, Redshift, Cinema 4D, After Effects, and other 3D apps all work incredibly well thanks to NVIDIA's drivers. The Ada Lovelace architecture is efficient, and the GPU typically only uses around 220 watts during gaming and rendering. It maxes out at 270 watts when pushed to its limits, while the 7900 XT consumes 300 watts, typically during gaming. This all neatly brings me to the price of the RTX 4070 Ti Super, which is probably my biggest issue with it. It sits right above the RX 7900 XT, which doesn't make it too attractive for those who are only interested in gaming. Value-wise, I recommend the RX 7900 GRE over both of these cards if you only want to play games at 1440p. But the overall package that the RTX 4070 Ti Super delivers results in virtually no competition, and that's why NVIDIA gets away with charging a slight premium. At the end of the day, the RTX 4070 Ti Super is a premium graphics card which can offer much more than flagship gaming performance. At just over $800, it's still priced higher than what I would like it to be, but it makes up for it thanks to unchallenged productivity performance and excellent power efficiency. To sum up, what I like is that it's perfect for 1440p and can even play games at 4K at 60 FPS, the native CUDA support, and it's very power efficient. On the downside, it's expensive, and it's not exactly a 2-slot GPU. Ratings: PCB design, 9 out of 10. Performance, 9.75 out of 10. Aesthetics and cooler design, 8.5 out of 10. Value for money, 7.5 out of 10. For an overall rating of 8.75 out of 10.